Good evening. I'm coming to you twice today. I'm going to put it on my cradle here so that works. There we go. Oh, let's get in there. Oops, it doesn't want to sit properly. I don't know why it's not sitting properly. Let's try to change the angle. Well, good evening. It is Friday night. And I don't know what's going on with my phone. I'm here for a pop-up class. I was originally going to have this pop-up class in person. And then that little virus called COVID hit. So we are going to change directions and we are going to have an online to-go class, and I will demonstrate my fun new heat embossing project kit called Hello Friend. I am a minute or two early, so I'll wait just a second. I don't think I've gone twice live before. We will get started here in a minute. I'm going to jump right into the project shortly here. Why is the phone moving? So I will, I've had people ask me about heat embossing, and so I have found a great project kit for you. This is my kit here that contains 15 cards, some embellishments and envelopes and all kinds of fun stuff. And then I've embellished this kit as well to make it a really good value for you to learn how to heat emboss your cards. So this is what your kit would look like without your name and not open. And inside, everybody will receive, let me show you the contents of this kit. This is what your kit would look like when you get it. It would come with a package of all your cards and die cuts and separate items like that, all sealed. You're going to have 2 bottles of, and I call bottles because they are little bottles. Usually they're containers, but these are our embossing powders. It's a 2-pack powder kit. It has white and copper. It's kind of hard to tell now, but you'll see as I do my class tonight. So there's some copper thread. There's this sequiny pink, it's kind of a trim more than a ribbon. Then we have some green or shaded spruce and white thread, and we have some paper clips, and we even have some loose white sequins. So what we did is, my friend Robin, hi Judy, I'm doing my pop-up class tonight. So with my project kit, I am providing you with a spot. It looks like it's empty. It has a clear rubber band. Thank you. Did get my hair cut and colored yesterday. And what they look like they're empty, but actually Robin and I filled all of these with Versamark, and we labeled them for you, and you get little good old dancers. My daughters are dancing. I have leftover hair tie, and we've labeled it, it's probably backwards to you, Versamark. So you'll have a mini Versamark. And then you'll also get with your kit the stamp set called Lovely and Lasting. So there are 2 prices for my class. My class is, if you are local and you want to pick it up, it will be $34. If you are wanting it shipped to you, then if you don't live in the local area, it would be $42. Another $8 for a padded first class shipping. So that's what's included, and we'll get more into the details included when I flip around. This kit is a lot of fun, and I'm gonna show you how I've changed it up and made it so you can learn more about heat embossing. I didn't like some of the ways they did it, but you are gonna have 15 cards in here, so you can try all kinds of different things. So this is what your project kit will look like, all sealed up, and it will come with the Lovely and Lasting stamp set. So I will go ahead and turn the camera down and put you into my cradle. I kind of moved things around from this morning. I hope that I've got it in the right position and the lighting is a little bit better. I have to look here. Thanks for joining me tonight. I was hoping to do this live and in person. However, that wonderful good old COVID bug got to me. So I think we might want to turn it a little bit more this way. Let's see if that works. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to get less shadows, and I'm not quite there yet. Oh, okay. I like it to be straight, and it's not quite straight, but that's going to have to do for now. So I'm going to open up the Diane kit. And, oh, let me show you the cards. Hello, where did they go? They might be to my right. So I had been doing some exploring. Let me show you. We're going to do this card, which I think is going to be this one. I changed it up. And then we're going to do a happy birthday card and a hello card and a thank you card. So we're going to change some things up. I liked the thread, the twine better on this one with the sequins, and I preferred, as opposed to that, is how they suggested you do it. So I changed things up. I also changed the front of this. I didn't like it with the halfway. You may prefer it halfway. And we'll also, I added the pink one to this one because I liked it better than the green. So I've done some changing up, and you can do whatever you want with your kit. So I will need to open my kit up. And here's my Versamark. And let me show you when it's open what it looks like. So there are directions in here, and these are the 3 choices of the cards. And they have directions in here that are in different languages, but you can follow along with me. It's not difficult to do at all. Let me just close that cupboard door there. Oh, I'm still seeing a shadow again. I think I'm going to have to get some more lighting from behind. My friend Laura did suggest that. So you'll see I opened up my kit, and they have card bases. So there's white, there is the shaded spruce, and then there is the Calypso coral colors. So we're going to be doing one of each of those tonight. There's the die cuts of the hello. I already talked to you about those little containers. So I added the Versamarks to each of your kits. There's the little embellishments. Here's the twine. Comes with just plain regular white envelopes. You can decorate those as you please. There is some more of this, what do you call it? Sequin trim. And where am I missing the white bottle? Where did it go? I don't know, but we can take care of that in a minute. Oh, it's probably in my, is it in here? I don't know where it went. You'll have 2 bottles. You'll have a copper and a white. You'll have copper threading. And then there'll be labels and more die cuts and more layers for you and more layers and more envelopes. And what do we got here? More labels. I don't know what that bag is. Oh, here's the white. It rolled away on me. Boy, that lighting is a little bit, let's try something a little different. So I thought maybe I was doing better by, oh, yeah, I gotta see my, by adding the light. I hope the lighting's okay. I'm sorry about that. It's evening down here, and there are no other, I'm gonna have to have Joe, he put in the one light, and I think we're getting a shadow from that. So, oh, I'm sorry for the movements, everybody. Okay, we're going to continue on, and I'll do my best to deal with the shadows. Oh, shucks-a-roo. Okay. I feel like it's getting worse now. Let's come this way and down. I'm going to fiddle one more time. All right, we're going to leave it alone after that, hopefully. Okay, so we're going to get rid of all the envelopes. Let's first start with, okie dokie, what you're going to need. We're going to start, and we're going to do the hello one. This one requires the most embossing, and it uses copper. And so there you can see there's copper accents. And so we're going to punch out one of these hello. It's really easy. I found it hard to put the Versamark halfway on the hello. If you are more, I don't know, capable of that, I found it tricky, and I found it making a mess and going all over. So one of the things that we have now and in our newest catalog is what we call an embossing toolkit. This is brand new, and it is not included in your kit, but it is brand new. It's called the Embossing Editions Toolkit, and I will open up a brand new one to show you what it looks like, and then I'll be working with the parts. So this is what you get in it. You get an embossing buddy, which is like a powder anti-static. You get reverse tweezers, a paintbrush that you can brush off excess embossing powder, and an embossing tray. So that's what that kit, and this is $27. It's an additional new kit that we have in our mini. Ooh, that's a crazy sound. Sorry about that. And then I'm going to be showing you how to use it. Okay, so here's my kit. And this is the first time I'm using my actual kit. I've been using my old products. And we're going to go ahead and pull out the embossing buddy. And I'm just going to lay it on top of there. These are our reverse tweezers. So they open by squeezing and holding to protect you. They got Teflon on them. Pretty cool. My old tweezers, let me see if they were right in here. I'll show you. These leave residue and the Teflon, and it gets the embossing powder on them. So I'm so glad to have new Teflon ones for my embossing. That way they won't get all yucky. So that's really nice. And then the paintbrush to get rid of. And one thing that my little pan trays do not have is the screw lid. Mine are just opened. Got them from probably Joann's many years ago when I started heat embossing. So this is nice, and then you can funnel it back into. So, all right. So we do sell Versamark. This is what I will be using. I have a little one here extra. And it comes like this, brand new. This is what Versamark looks like. It's just a watermark stamp pad. And I forget the cost. I want to say $9, if I recall correctly. And we also sell the refills for it. And this is what I did. I took the refills and I filled up your little Stampin' Spot. And we filled them up 3 times. So they are very soaked and ready to go for you. Should last you for a while. So it's a sampler and a project kit. So I didn't know what to do because the directions suggest that you do half, and I said it was making a mess. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how I'm going to put the embossing powder all over the hello to get rid of it. And you just kind of just tap lightly and then rub, and that way your oils from your fingers and your hands are gone. And then you're going to take your, well, I should use my little one just to show you. You're going to take your, boy, that's hard to see on there. You know what I need? Let's try this. This will be even better. It won't ruin my copy paper that I have on here. Oop, this Scotch tape is sticking. Make sure I'm centered here. I'm sorry. There's a little adhesive on there. All right, I'm going to take that Versamark ink pad and I'm going to press it down all over on the word hello. Making sure, and I can see, and I doubt that the camera's picking this up. I can see I've covered it. I'm going to go back over it one more time just to make sure I've got good coverage. And then I'm going to take those reverse tweezers. I'm going to pick it up right here in this little corner area of where the H and the E meet, and I'm going to move it into my tray. Okay, and now I'm going to take the copper embossing powder. Now, our embossing powders don't come in little bottles like that. They actually come, we have them in 2 ways. We have metallics, and they look like this. They're in little containers like this. So we have, this one is gold, there is silver, and then there is copper. So those are those for you. We have the metallics. These are $18. And you get them in a set of 3. And then we have the basics, which include white, black, and clear. So that'll help you out. So let's go ahead and we're going to sprinkle this all over the hello. And we're going to pray that I inked it up enough. And if not, I will find out if we have to add more refill to the little spots. It was really our first time using this spot, so it was kind of fun. I'm just going to cover the whole thing to make sure. And it will all go back into here again. I'm just going to screw the lid on this so I don't spill it. And then you're going to find a spot and you're going to reach in, and I'm going to try and grab that little spot right there again. Oh, yep, looks like I need to put more Versamark on your I'll show you what we're going to do. We'll see if we can get more on there. It looks like we need to ink those up some more, which I will do to make sure, because it's not totally sticking, as you can see. So we're going to go with this, and I'm going to show you another trick. So I'm going to move this, and I'm going to move the powder out of sight. Now it's going to probably get loud here now. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me for my pop-up class. So as you can see, this is not completely covered, and that tells me I did not have enough Versamark. Was my first time filling up spots with Versamark, so this is a good lesson to learn. I keep them tight with the hairband. I lost my clear hairband on here now from the girls' dancing days. We'll find it. But I will go ahead and fill those up more for you so that we'll have enough. We'll go to my regular. So I'm going to heat this up, and I'm sorry for the loudness. It has two settings here. We have a 1 and a 2. I'm going to go ahead and just start aiming the heat gun. And you're going to see, hopefully, I don't know if I'm close enough, it's already changing right away. It's giving like a hammered look to it. Which I kind of think is cool. And it's such a fun process to watch it change. I'm going to turn this around this way, get that angle here. I hope you're seeing it change. I don't know if I'm close enough or not. It looks like it's a hammered look here. I'm going to undo my tweezers, and I'm going to hold it right here to get that spot a little bit better. I love heat embossing. I hope you can still hear me. I'm going to turn it off now. So what you can do, as you can see, it does look pretty good. It doesn't look that bad, but I would like to have that filled in. So what we can do is we can take, and I will take my full, and I'm going to grab the silicone mat again, and I'm going to go over it twice. Okay, I don't know if you knew you could add layers to your, so I'm going to go over this with my larger one, and I know this one is really inky, and like I said, live and learn. I've only been doing this for 4 years, so I didn't know. I've never bought the spots before, but we will definitely fill those up so you have nice and juicy spots. And we're going to go ahead and take this, and we're going to put it back in here again. And I'm just going to pick up and drop the, see if I can get it in the corner here. And I'm going to put the embossing powder all over again, especially in the areas where I missed. I could have turned it over maybe and just done that. That would have helped. Just rubbing it in there would help too. Okay. And this is where my paintbrush will come in handy. Where is my handy dandy paintbrush? There it is. So we're going to lift this up. And I see one more spot that didn't get covered. And just going to put that on there and tap it. And we're going to grab those reverse tweezers again. I'm going to hold that little same area again. And we're going to go ahead and move that out of the way. And here comes that loud gun again. And you'll see this really will go fast, because the gun is already hot as it is now. And now it's going to completely cover. It's really cool. So we can hold it up. It's so fun watching it change. It's a good technique. Looks like what you would find. And you can see it's melting right underneath where my tweezers were, and I'm just going to move it over. And now we've got, I'm going to get rid of those spots. See if I can get rid of those little dimples there. Maybe not. Okay. And that's that. So I wonder if I can wipe these off easily with a baby wipe. I noticed there's some on there, but we'll find out. So I'm going to let that just chill out for a few minutes. And we're going to go ahead and make the rest of the card. And let me show you how we do that. So you're going to take your Calypso Coral base. You're going to fold it in half. You're going to take your bone folder, crisp it up. And this is going to be a front-facing open card like this, like a tent card. And we are going to go ahead and get some of our parts. Remember, we had different parts. So the first part that's going to go down is the stripe label, and you'll need some kind of adhesive. I guess that would be not included. So the heat gun and your adhesive are not included, nor are the tools, because those are brand new. So I'm going to put this down in the center of these are quick and easy cards. And you can take them and do them exactly all the same, or you can use your creativity and try different things. So the next thing we have here is we will need that pink layer. And this is our Blushing Bride layer. So we're going to lay that down across. And I'm going to put on some adhesive for that. I think this one's going to run out of adhesive in a second, but I have others. And then you choose where you want to do that, lining it up from edge to edge. Okay. And then we have the little scallops. And they've already done them for you, and they're stickers. It's awesome. It's quick, it's easy, and it's fun. So we're just going to lay those across. I like it when they make it easy for you. And then I'm going to put this one facing up, going left to right. There we go. And then we're going to take some of our copper twine. I guess it's thread, not twine. And I don't know. I usually leave it on the spindle spool. And I'm going to wrap it around. You'll see a little bit of it on the back of that card. I could have done it underneath the petal pink level, but I didn't do that. I'm going to do it like this. And what's really cool, and I learned this from my friend Julie DiMatteo, the paper pixie, is you almost need a third hand, right? But we don't have a third hand. So what you can do, and I'm off camera here, is as I'm pulling these, I'm going to keep them tight. I'm going to use my reverse tweezers to hold it so I can finish and complete my bow. Isn't that cool? Thanks, Julie, for that. I got to meet her at Backstage down in New Orleans. Just an absolutely pleasant woman and very creative. And so I'm going to tie my little bow here. Just going to tighten it up a little bit here, flip it. And then I'm going to pull the tweezers out and give it the last tug tight and just do some more adjusting. And there we go. And so I'm going to grab some snips and we're going to snip off there. And do you see how it's fraying? It's supposed to fray like that, but we're going to trim that off. So you can put your bow wherever you want. I'm going to keep mine kind of over to the right of center. Okay. I felt like I was holding up for a class. Sorry. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take some of those fun sequins. Well, first, let's take our hello. Our hello is done. I'm going to get it off the paper here. And there's our heat embossed hello in copper. And we're not going to put it directly on. We're going to actually pop it up with dimensionals. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals. I don't know. There should be dimensionals included in this kit. I didn't notice them, though. They might have been. I need to double check that. If not, you're going to need dimensionals. Let me see real quickly. I forgot. No, it does not come with, because it says your kit includes card bases and envelopes, die-cut sentiments, printed foil and foil accent paper elements, sticker accents, copper and white embossing powder, copper and metallic twine and powder pink trim, white faceted sequins, and white mini paper clip. So it does not include the, so you'll need some kind of, or you could just adhesive to do it flat. But I think it's kind of fun to use the Stampin' Dimensionals, and these are the minis. Trying to keep them within the areas that won't show. And I think right down here and one right over here. And I think, let's see, we might need them on the top of the L's. So I hope you're enjoying this. If you're catching it on replay, thanks for joining me. I hope you put down replay in the comments so I know you were able to make it. For Friday night's a tricky night. I know my husband just got home from out of town, and I know he's really tired, so I thought, well, this will be a good night for me, but it isn't necessarily always a good night for other people because people go out on the weekend. But these are what my pop-up classes are. They're pop-up and teach you something new. I'm going to put this down here in my little garbage can to my left and get all those little backing pieces off. We're almost done with our first card. And again, you're going to be able to make 15 of these cards. I'm going to be sending out an email afterwards, and you will be able to purchase this project kit. And I will, by sending me, registering, and then I can send you a PayPal invoice. You do not need to have, and I don't like what I'm seeing behind the L's there, so I'm going to trim those in half. I can see they're peeking through. So we're going to trim this one in half, and we're going to put half on this one, and we're going to save that one right there on my phone stand, and we're going to take the other half and put it on the other L. There we go. Now they won't show. And we'll go ahead and put our hello down. And we're going to finish it off by grabbing some liquid Tombow glue. And we're going to add those 3 sequins. So we're going to go right here. And we kind of tend to do them in a triangular position. So I'm going to just go boom, boom, boom. I'm going to grab my take your pick tool and putty. And it has a putty end. And I need to squeeze it up a little bit here. You just tighten it and it starts to ooze out. And then I'm going to stop it from oozing out. I'm just going to poke it down. And let's open up these cute little sequins. So it's lots of fun. I hope some of you are crafting tonight. I'm going to go ahead and stick that one down there. I'm just going to grab it with my finger. Grab this one. Put that sequin on there. Come on, stay. And this one's upside down, so we're just going to flip it. And I'll tap it into spot, and they will dry right into spot. So card number 1, complete embossing. Lots of fun. So that's the hello card. All right, so that's card number 1. Again, you'll have an opportunity to make 5 of those hello cards, and you could do what the picture says by doing the halfway. I just found that really tricky to do. So, all right, so let's move along, and let's move on to our next card. And the next card we're going to do is the happy birthday card. So let's grab a green base. This one's even quicker and easier. It's also done in the gold. I know that bone folder is hiding right over here. And it's got a wreath layer. You can either do it flat or dimensionalized. I am going to do it flat because the sentiment is going to be dimensionalized. So I'm going to grab and put some adhesive on here. I am going to do something that's a little bit different. As you can see here, it's plain in the background. So let's try and take it up a notch. This is my little, this is our stamp set here. And wouldn't it be fun to add maybe some of the floral, or I think this little I was going to say filigree, but it's not a filigree. It's like a leaf spray. And I'm going to grab a small block. And I'm going to grab the other one got a little bit dirty there. I'm going to grab this and my Versamark ink. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how the Versamark ink not only embosses, but gives the watermark. And you won't see it at first. I'm just going to kind of scatter these little sprays of leaves all over, just randomly. And I'm turning the stamp set as I do it. I can even go off the page, card front, not really necessarily a page. And I'm going to go up to about the edges of where it's going to be covered, because it's going to have this in the center of it. So I only really need to do the edges to make the watermark. So it's another fun way to use Versamark. And as it dries, you're going to just see it be a darker color of the card. I think I need to do one more right in there just for good safety measures here. And I'm going to look, as I hold it to the light, I can see. I'd like to do that corner. And I think that's probably plenty. Okay, so we're going to put the lid on that. Set that aside. So that was an added bonus there. I'm going to take and put this down flat. It just adds a little bit of interest to the card as opposed to the plain. You see the difference? It'll look even better as the time goes on as I continue to make the card. You'll see the shininess come out. Okay, so then next we're going to grab a label. And I've already mounted the happy birthday from the Lovely and Lasting. It comes with thinking of you, happy birthday, thank you, oh hello, best of luck, cheers, and lots of floral images. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to ink up the happy birthday. And we're going to go ahead and use the embossing buddy, take away the static. And then we're going to go ahead and stamp. I'm going to have to stand up for this, I think, to get myself centered in here. There we go. I usually can see, but that was a little different. Okay, so now the happy birthday is on there. I'm going to carefully take it out. I'm going to grab my tweezers and hold the corner. And since we were still using, I did copper because this one has the copper on it too. I'm just going to dip it in and tap it off. And you can check the front. And if there's any areas, like right where my tweezers were, I'm going to just brush away any excess. A little spot right there. See if I can get it. So I'm going to go ahead one more time. I want to see if I can get any more of the embossing powder on there, and I'll flick off that extra here. Get off of there. We don't want you to be there. I think that's pretty good. I'm going to move the powder aside because you don't want it blowing everywhere. And I'm just putting it to my right, and then we're going to turn on that heat gun again and watch the magic happen. It really makes your cards really fancy. And the myth about having to go back and forth, you just need to hold it in the area and then just move it over to the next area. Sometimes people do it on the back too. Make sure it's your choice. I'm just going to go over it one more time. Make sure it looks good. And that's what's so neat about it. It's quick, fast, and easy. Now there's a little spot here. I wonder if I can either get it with my nail or just leave it there and put an embellishment, but sometimes that happens. And we're going to go ahead and flip that over, and we're going to add some, I'm going to use larger dimensionals on this one. We're going to go ahead and just add 2 dimensionals on the back. And then we're going to go ahead and put this in the center. And then what I like to do is with the twine, it's already cut for you. So you can just tie a regular bow. They're in little strips for you. But I like to fold it in half. And then I can make a double bow with it. And you can do whatever you want. You can make singles or whatever. So I'm going to pull that through. Get my bow strands the same size here. This is a little longer. I might want to make this one more time. Yeah, I'm going to start over again. I need to start further over to this side. We'll pull through again. These are the tails. We're going to pull the tails and make our bow. There we go. That's better. I just didn't start in the right spot. And make my bows equal. So I hope you're enjoying this fun class online. I feel like it's back in the COVID days. I am COVID negative now, which is wonderful. Could actually give my husband a kiss when he got home. We've been isolated from each other for days. So that was exciting. I'm going to trim off the bottoms of this, and I'm going to grab a little glue dot. Where my glue dots are right here in my little handy dandy bin. I'm going to roll that up with my take your pick tool. I like to roll it up. Makes it look a little hidden. I'm going to pull my tails down. My bow is still a little bit too big. Yeah, there we go. I like the way that looks a little bit better. Put on the glue dot, and then you can choose anywhere you want to put this. So I'm going to just put it right down here in the middle and the bottom. And there you go. You have your first, except I see that I'm going not so centered. And there is our next card. This still looks a little wet. It needs to dry a little bit longer. So, oh no, we need to add some sequins to this. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my Tombow liquid glue. And we'll do that little trio again. 1, 2, and 3. Now the next one's where we're going to get into some creativity. And going to step outside our wheelhouse and go a little bit more artsy. That one we're saving for last. These are the quick and easy ones. Again, you could do whatever you want. Oh, that's a dimensional backing. We need one more. I'm going to grab one more sequin. And we're going to put it in there. Now, these sequins are all the same size. So there you go. Card number 2. So I'm going to set card number 2 aside. And then we're going to move on to our basic white card. And this one has a little bit more to it. I'm going to close up those sequins. I think we're done with the sequins. And this is where I traded off the pink for the green trim. So I like to fold into the mountain here. I'm going to fold. Does anybody have any questions so far? If you do, you can write them. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do something a little different here. We're actually going to use, I need to grab them. I forgot to grab them in advance. 1 second here. Where is my little cup? Give me 1 moment, please. It's over my watercolor basket. Yep. I forgot about this part. My apologies. I need to walk over and get... We're actually going to use our water aqua pens for this one. Do it, like I said, get a little artsy here. And I'm going to grab one more silicone mat right behind me. And they're filled with water. And we're going to do like a little wash on the card. So we're going to open up the card. And the colors we want to use are the colors that are in that match. So we're going to use a yellow color and the Calypso Coral, and then we're going to use the Petal Pink. I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So I'm going to grab those ink colors. So I need Flirty Flamingo, Daffodil Delight, and Blushing Bride. I think those are the ones we want. And so what you can do, there's a couple different ways you can do this. If you don't want to squeeze into your tray, you can take your hand and you can kind of use your palms and pump, and you'll get some of the ink here. Or you can take a block and you can smush on some ink. That's a lot of ink. And we'll do that one since I've used so much ink on that one. And we're going to go ahead and take our brush, and I'm going to use the big brush. It's already got water in it. I'm just going to take some drips. It says push on the side. I'll put some drips onto this. I'm going to need my paper towels, which are in the bathroom in my den here. I'm just dripping water onto this. And one thing you like to do is, it's best if this is not watercolor paper, but if you just give it a quick wet brush. Now we're going to put on some yellow. This is going to probably be way too strong because I pressed a little too hard. Let's dilute this down. And we're going to do a little bit of a watercolor wash, just quick and easy. And you just brush it on. Okay. And since I don't have any paper towel here, I'm going to grab a tissue because I do have tissues right here. And I don't have any water in my, I forgot about this part. If we were in person, everybody have their own little, I'm just cleaning it off and getting the color out of it. And we're going to go ahead. I'm going to do it the other way now. I'm going to gently move that over to the side. And I'm going to do the squeeze version of my Flirty Flamingo. And I'm going to go ahead and just pick up some of that ink, drip a little bit of water in there. And this is the other way you can do it. So it's your choice. Some people don't want to get their lids in there, get their lids all dirty. As you can see, I'm gonna, oh, I think we need a Calypso Coral. I think it's not showing. I need more ink on this one. Isn't that funny? It's gonna come up a little bit light. I'm gonna blend into the Daffodil Delight. It's not hard. Okay, I think that's good, but I would like to do it a little darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry it out with a tissue, and I'm going to squeeze again and get a little bit more ink in there. I don't want to water down my ink too much, so I'm going to squeeze a couple times again, get a little more ink. I want a little bit more vibrancy in the, there we go. And we're going to grab some of this ink, and now it's going to be really vibrant. There we go. Okie dokie. That's what I wanted. More color. Okay, and then since I just barely put water into that, I'm going to close that up. And now I'm just going to squeeze and remove some of the color. Coming up in the future, I'm going to be doing a watercolor class. It'll be a series. All right, and the last one we're going to do is the light brushing bride. I've squeezed in the past. I'm going to squeeze again with my palms. If you can't do that again, put it on a block. And I'm going to drip in some water here. I'm getting real low on the water. We're going to just make it to the end here. There we go. And we're just going to put the light pink right on the bottom. So it is going to distort the paper some, but it's okay. I'm going to use my tissue and blot that up again. I don't want water into my ink. I'm going to throw that in the garbage. And these are actually backwards to screwing, but you just go to your tap and fill them up. And then you screw them, not lefty, righty-tighty, it's backwards. So, and it comes with 3 pens. There is a really fine tip. There's the broad tip, and then there's the medium tip. So, lots of fun things you can do. But the other thing you can do that I wanted to show you is we do have a #1 setting on our heat gun, and you can speed up the process of the drying. And that way we can move along to our next portion. Just strip that off there. I'm going to this will just help. Now I can go from the other side. It is going to be a little damp. It will distort. We can flatten it out later. And that way we can go on to the next step. And I think we're pretty much dry. Okay. Oops. All right. I'm going to move this. We need another tissue. I'm going to have to go get another box of tissues. So when I have to blow my nose, I'm getting low on there. Okay, so now we have our paper prep. It's a little wet down there. So you're wondering, well, I thought this was a heat emboss class. Well, it is. Let me show you why. We're going to take this really cool, like a tile. If I can get off my block here. It's like a tile mosaic design. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to actually take our Versamark and go down, and then we're going to use white embossing powder. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to put this away first before we move on. So you know, I'm going to take, and I'm going to tap, and tap to the left, tap to the right, and take your little brush, and you can brush all the extra copper into here. And then I'm going to open up my bottle. I'm going to unscrew carefully the lid up, And we're going to just pour it back gently into the container. This container is a little smaller. So this is what I would suggest for you. Honestly, I'm going to tell you, I would grab a piece of copy paper. And I'm going to show you. Let me see if I got a piece of copy paper right here to my left here. I would take, because of these little bottles, when you have our bigger bottles, I would take and I would put my embossing powder onto here. We're going to make a different kind of funnel because this funnel is wider than that. So I'm just going to dump all of that onto here because, like I said, these are a different shape. So there, that's all cleaned out. And I'm going to just take my brush and go inside here and get all that copper out of there. So we're moving on to white. And then do the good old trick where you just fold, make a point, and I will funnel it all. Can you see that? I'm going to funnel it all back in a lot easier. Ta-da! We're resourceful. And like I said, a little goes a long way, so, I mean, I've got plenty of powder in here. So I'm going to put that into the garbage can. I'm going to put my lid on this. And now we can move on to white. So that's how I would fill it up because of this spout is different because of the different container sizes. Okay, I just brushed off all the... So now that we have this done and it's dried, we're going to take that embossing buddy. We're just going to rub it here on the edge. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our Versamark. And I'm going to do it 3 times down the edge here. But I'm not going to do it on the very edge. I'm going to move it over a little. I'm going to press down. Notice I'm using the piercing mat because you need a cushion underneath photopolymer stamps. So if you don't have one of those. Now I can see. I'm going to stand up. My chair is in the way here. I can see where it starts and ends by the glow. You may not be able to see it as well. If I overlap a little, it's okay because it's a design. And then I'm going to grab some more. And this will go off the edge, and it's okay. This is really cool. Okay, just wait for this magic to happen next. Let me close my yellow ink over here. Didn't do that. And nor is my pink. Okay, so now we're back to our tray. This time we're going to go to our white. Hey, Marissa. Thanks for joining me. How are you? I miss you. Marissa's my daughter. She lives in Chicago. I just saw your hello now when I stood up on my phone. So thank you, Marissa, for joining. So I'm just dumped on the white powder, the embossing powder. And I'm just going to tip it over. And we don't need to use the, I wasn't super straight, but it's art, correct? We're going to move this white powder out of the way. And here's my favorite part. We're going to go ahead and heat emboss this. So you got an extra bonus lesson in there of some watercolor washing. It's a little harder to see the white change. If you look, it's just starting to change, but not the top. See the little corner? There it goes. You have that new snowy puffy paint. And somebody said, and my friend Amy will like this, when you use the beer, you can use that white puffy paint to make froth on your beer. Oh, that was pretty cool. So I'll have to try that on my next Wind Down Wednesday. We always kind of do, they have other drinks there. They don't really have beer, they have ale. Not ale, my apologies. Ciders, not ale. There we go. Isn't that cool? And yes, it's a little bit crooked. And yes, it's a little bit lumpy. And don't move. So it will become flat though. All right, now we're going to go ahead and do one last thing. We are going to take those orange, well, they're not orange. We're going to take one of these circles. And we are going to take the embossing buddy. We're going to rub it. And we are going going to also, I've got kind of a mess here. We are going to grab the words, thank you. We're going to dip it into our Versamark. We're almost done. There's my Versamark. Oh, way over to the right. And we're going to put this word onto this circle. Go straight down. Don't rock it. And then you're going to pull it up. If you can't, you just grab it with your fingernail and come off. Now we're going to need those tweezers again. Where are they hiding on me? You probably see them before me. I've got too many parts. There they are. And we're going to grab a spot that isn't going to get white on it. There we go. I can see, oh dear, those need to be cleaned off. So we're going to try and hold it in a different spot. All right. And we're going to get the white powder back again. We're going to dip it into the powder and just tap it off. Close up your Versamark. And Versamark can be cleaned on a chamois. I would just recommend you wash off your chamois when you are done with any kind of... I do it after every session when I craft. I clean my chamois off. So we're going to go ahead and... Well, hello, Sarah Brown. I can't tell if it's a G or a Z. Gopal, thanks for joining me tonight on my class. We're doing a quick heat embossing class. Our project kit, and that's done. We're on to the detail fun part now of putting the card together. So let's get all the parts we don't need out of the way. These are to make all the rest of your 15 cards. And one thing you can do is you can kind of take your hands and just rotate this to get it a little bit flatter. And we are going to take, so this is the final project, how it looks. We are going to take our heat embossed thank you, and then there are these copper labels, and we're going to put one of the copper labels straight down onto the card. And I'm going to put it right here. And then we're going to use dimensionals and put them on our label here. And what I like to do before I go down, I should have done this first. I'm going to rotate spots here. I'm going to take some adhesive here and put it right between those two dimensionals. And I'm going to take a piece of that sequin paper, or sequin trim, not paper. And where did it go? It's hiding on me. There it is, it's under the copper. And this is not cut for you. I guess it is cut for you. And what I do is I tie like a bow. I didn't think it was cut for it. I thought it was one big strand. So I make a bow out of it. Okay. And then what you can do is you can stick this onto the part you have. Of course, I put it on upside down, so let's flip it around. It looks a little bit better with it going with the tails down than up. Isn't that funny? Now, we have these dimensionals right there. The middle's holding our design. And we can put this down. And then I'll trim off my... Come on, get on there. So on there. There we go. And then I'll take my snips. That moved over here to the left. And we're just going to trim that off and trim that off too, so it's not so frayed. There we go. So this one must have been a little bit larger. And now we're going to decorate with the florals and the leaves. So all you got to do, these are stickers. You just tuck them here and around your design, however you would like to do it. I'm going to put that one like that. And I'm going to take the Blushing Bride little flowers, and we're going to put those, oh, I think I like them up here, kind of sticking up that way. Let's grab some more leaves and put those down here. And then I'll finish off with the little tiny orange one right here. And what you can do is you can take a mini dimensional, and those are hiding where? They were here a second ago, weren't they? They're not back. Yep, they went back here. Take a mini dimensional and put it on the back of this sticker, and then it gives you a little bit of height. And there you go. So you could add sequins or the paper clips to it if you'd like. I chose not to use the little paper clips. You could add the paper clip to the other ones. Let me show you the cards as they are finished. Well, this one needs a little bit of help here. There we go, to stay so you can see it. I'll put that one right there. And then we have the next card we did was this one. I might have fun by putting on the paper clips onto here. I just haven't been a big paper clip person, so I chose not to use them. You could maybe come up with some creative way. And then the final card was our first card, which should be hiding right over here, is our hello card. Hopefully you can see those. So these are the 3 cards that I have designed using the Hello Friend project kit. It comes like this in a whole kit. You make 15 cards. I have prepped with my friend the Spot for You Versamark. I am going to go and refill those again and put more Versamark on them so they are juicy for you. You'll have all the parts you need. Plus, you'll get the lovely and lasting stamp set, which has so many possibilities. It comes with a punch that actually matches here if you'd like to get that, and lots of floral. I've even made a card. I'm going to be showing that next week. The price for this kit together is $42 if it's shipped to you. And if you are not part of my mailing list, I can add you to my mailing list. I'm going to be sending out an email is going out shortly. It was planned to go out at 9:30. I wasn't sure how long this class would take. But if you want to make any of these, and you can't even see this beautiful card, the way I have it set up. There we go. Can you see that better now? So you can do porch pickup if you are local, and it would be $34. So basically you're paying for priority shipping in a padded envelope for all your items. There are add-ons if you want those. There's our brand new kit. Maybe you already have a lot of this stuff. We have the Embossing Additions Toolkit, $27. Our heat guns run $30. And I hope you had fun. I'm going to turn this around so you can see me. Hello again. I'm Diane Alberts, and I am Design with Diane, and I live in Troy, Michigan, and I had a great time tonight sharing with you the cards that I made using this Hello Friend project kit, where you get a little spot of Versamark for yourself, and the copper and the white, and lots of supplies to make 15 cards. So if you divide that out, it's like $2 and maybe 70 cents a card or so, depending if you're doing shipping or not. It could be less. So that's a pretty good deal for 15 cards. And you don't have to follow these directions or my directions. You can be creative on your own. It's just a wonderful, fun thing to do with embossing. You might find some fun things to use on your cards differently than I did using the other stamps in the sets. I had a great time tonight. This was my pop-up class. I don't normally get on Friday evenings, but I look a little crooked, don't I? Maybe I'm not crooked on my stand is like twisting for some reason now. And if you would like any of these products or have any questions or concerns, I will be happy to hold a class. Oh, I know what's going on. There we go. I have one of those holders in the back. The holds pop-up things to hold your fingers on. That's what's messing with my stand there. I am offering to do this class one-on-one if you're local, because I was planning to do it tonight at home, but the COVID bug didn't do that. Or if you want, you can watch the replay and do whatever you want. And then I'm also offering, if you'd like me to, if you'd like to come to my house and use my heat gun and try it out, if you're local. Unfortunately, those people who are not local cannot come here, but unless you want to drive or fly here, but you're more than welcome to come to my design den here, and we gather and we craft together. And I've set aside Tuesday, October 9th for an evening of just crafting and embossing. If you want to get this project or bring one of the kits with you, we'll do that night or whatever. So we're just going to have a fun crafting night in October. If you like, like you to place your order by Sunday night, the 11th. I only have a limited supply of these, and I want to get those ordered and sent to you. And I hope you enjoyed my pop-up embossing class. Look forward to a few more pop-up classes as I reach for the goals of what I have planned here. I'm looking at my chart as I'm growing along. So I hope you support my business. I appreciate all of you. And thanks for watching my pop-up heat embossing Hello Friend kit. So if you need more information, you're not on my mailing list yet, go ahead and just put something in the comments or message me and I will get you the information, and a PayPal invoice will come to you for the items. And if you need any of the add-on items, don't forget we have the metallics and the basics as well. So have a great night. Happy Friday, and thanks for joining me. Bye now.